Hello my friends and welcome to another watercolor tutorial. I am just changing out my water really quick, but we are painting another landscape tutorial that is going to be kind of abstract. It's inspired by Madelinekerrii and hers is not abstract, but I am going to try and make it abstract because I love the effortlessness of backgrounds, and then you just add that one detailed element that makes the whole painting come together. So we are going to start with the background. Well, obviously we're starting with the background, but I meant the sky. And as you can see, I've tried to show you more of my background so you can see color mixing and whatnot, because that has been a big request in my tutorials. It's just not possible to do this the whole time and have it be like really close up here because I don't have a wide angle lens. So this is the best I can do until I start making mad money on YouTube and can buy a better camera. So we're gonna start with yellow, and about halfway down is where we're gonna apply it. Like so, and then we are going to, I always like to apply lighter colors, how do I explain it, like more volume than I will need in the end, because when you apply darker colors as you move along, it kind of overtakes the lighter color. So here I'm going to put pink down. That is turning into a peach color because of the yellow. But anyways, you see how it overtakes some of the yellow to create that gradient? If we just applied that little ½ centimeter portion at the beginning, then we wouldn't have had any yellow left. And then finally, I'm going to take blue for the top here, and that is going to mix. I don't like that blue actually. I'm gonna take a different blue. And see how it overtook the pink completely? So I'm gonna take pink and just reapply it. I do want more blue. See, this is a very delicate game of gradient mixing. So, okay, I'm happy with that. Now, I am gonna have for my, what do you call it? I don't even know what this is. Maybe it's water, who knows? But I'm gonna take gray, since I don't know what this is that I'm looking at. And I'm leaving a little white gap between the sky. And I typically wouldn't want to do this in an abstract painting because it kind of defeats the purpose. I want all the colors to blend together. But the top is a sky and I don't have any shrubbery there. So that is why I don't want them to mix. So I'm being very careful. And so I'm gonna have this going at an angle like this. And then I'm gonna take green and apply that as my base color, like so. And I want that green to fade into my gray and grow as it's doing here. I really like when it naturally does that when I want it to. It doesn't always do that. Okay, just switching brushes here to, I've been using these grabby brushes recently. I really like them. It took a little bit of time to get used to them and I wasn't a fan at the beginning, so sorry about that. Grabby. I wasn't happy with them at the beginning, but that's just because I'm so used to a more stiff brush that I didn't know how to use them. So it was user error rather than product error. So I have just added some green and I'm kind of trying to make this portion not look so perfect looking. Because I want it to look like there's grass growing, of course. So I'm just adding some black. You can add different shades of green to just vary this up a little bit. and not have it so monotoned in color. Or yeah, monocolored, that's what I meant to say. Oh my gosh, I'm so cold. My hands are freezing. It is cold outside today. And yeah, I'm painting in my bathroom as I always do, and it's just, there's no wood stove in here. I think I might bring the little space heater in here because my fingers are, they almost can't hold a paintbrush. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but so let's see. I think I am okay with this. What I want to do and what I wish I did, maybe the background is still wet enough, but I totally forgot to add like what do you call it? Trees growing here at the base. I'm trying really hard not to talk about things not related to the painting, but when I'm not painting or when I'm doing a repetitive step, it's so hard not to just start talking about random things going on in my life. So here I am trying to give the impression that there are pine trees growing on the sides of my painting, and I purposely don't want to be very detailed with them, that's what I meant to say, because that's not going to be our one detailed feature in this painting. Like, remember I said, or I don't know if I said it in this painting, but I've said before that in abstract paintings, when I paint them, I like to have one detailed feature in the whole painting that makes everything come together. Like everything else, the background, everything is all very abstract as we want it to be. And then we have that one specific detailed item, which for me is usually a fence, and that's what it's going to be in this painting, but it can be anything that you would like it to be. So I do like these contrasts in pine tree tops though, with this very intense black. I'm gonna leave it there before I do something I don't like. So the other thing I forgot to do is leave like a little circle for the sun, but that's okay, we can just paint. I'm gonna grab some white watercolor and see if I can add that in. I can. I love my white watercolor. It is super opaque, which is amazing for watercolor paint. I'm just realizing now though, my background wasn't fully dry. And so it started to bleed a little bit. So I just took some paper towel and pressed it dry, and I'm just applying it again. I hope that doesn't bleed out. You can use acrylic paint, or even like whiteout for your sun. That's probably more opaque than most watercolor paints. So, okay, now I'm gonna actually blow dry this so it's totally dry, and then we'll add our big, our fence, our detailed fence that'll make it come together. Okay, so I think that's dry. I'm going to take, I'm gonna do a close-up actually so you guys can see the fence a little bit better. I'm glad I remembered that. I'm taking black and I am taking brown, mixing those. I just want a nice dark brown, and I'm gonna paint my fence posts. So I kind of want to make the fence go at an angle. And I want the top of the fence to roughly stay at the same height, so that we have like a good perspective. So for instance, this post is going to be the one that is closest to the viewer. And then the next one's going to be a little bit farther. And as they get farther, you want them closer and closer together. Unless they're staying the same distance, then it's fine, I guess. Sorry, same height, that's what I meant to say. But I'm gonna make mine slightly disappear into the distance. That might not even make sense with the trees, but it's fine. And then we're gonna add cross beams to this fence. So I'm gonna have them coming like this and like this. And I'm trying to not be very precise with my fence posts. Like, I do want it to look a little bit effortless. That's why I'm adding just these extra little lines to make it a little bit less perfect looking. And the other thing that I would like to do with my fence post is, one, add white highlights to the front of the posts. They might be a little too wet in order for the highlight to stick on, maybe not. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do, I'm going to just switch my brush to a thinner one. I'm going to pick up some green and add some little grassy features to the base of my each fence post, or it doesn't have to even be every single one. I'm even adding, actually, before I do any details there, I do want to darken this area. Just go over it again. Just the corner mostly, because I want it to be nice and dark there. There we go. Just taking paper towel. I don't really know what these black line dotted things that I'm doing are supposed to be. I'm just trying to add some sort of variety to the base of the painting. And I'm also gonna add some very small birds just flying in the distance because the background was looking a little sad to me. And the last thing I'm gonna do is take some black watercolor and just have it flicked onto that corner mostly. That's where I wanted it. And I think I'm happy with that. That was actually a quicker tutorial than I thought it was gonna be, which is not a bad thing, but that's basically it. So you can peel the tape off if you opted to use that at the beginning. Mine bled outside the tape a little bit, but that's okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial.